20 minutes after 11 o'clock. Anthony James is in the studio. He is our go-to guy when we need advice on traveling. He is the voice of travel, and he is also the general manager of Homewood Suites by Hilton Ocala at Heathbrook, and also wants to be your next county commissioner. Good morning, Anthony. How are you?
Good. How are you?
It's good to see you. How's everything in your world?
Everything is.
Did we not see you last week? I feel like it's been a while.
No,
you were out last week.
I was in Sarasota last week. Beautiful down there, by the way.
Yeah, I love that.
That was my first trip down that. I'm going further that way past Tampa. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Tampa's usually where I stop also.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Now I think we're gonna just take a trip down to Naples and just drive that whole way down. It is so gorgeous down there.
It is a different. Yeah, it's like a different world, isn't it?
Yeah,
I love that area of the state.
It is. It's a different area, different mindset too, I believe. So.
Yeah.
It's
a real different mindset when you get to the Keys. Then it's relaxed and everybody does see.
Hey.
It's the Irimon kind of a place.
Yeah.
Irimon?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, but what does it mean?
More of a just
Irimon. Yeah, I know. I guess
an exhale.
Irimon.
Exhale. But when you live down in places like that, you can just make up your own words.
The reason I learned it was on the back of a bathing suit bottom on a bikini bottom on a woman. It said Irimon, and I'll never forget it. It burned in my brain.
I bet she looked good.
She looked great.
That's why she can make up her own words.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
So you know what happened to us? I don't want to dwell on this too much, but since we saw you, we hit a cow. I wrecked my car. My car is gone. I had to get a new one. Yeah. We were traveling. We went on a road trip.
That's right.
Well, we had a gig in Orlando, and on the way back on 441, it was a rainy night a week ago Saturday.
Yeah, 11:15 at
all of a sudden, boom! Robin, I just hit a cow.
That was scary.
Just hit again, and we got out of the car and looked at the hood. Said, "Holy mackerel!" And where was the cow? He was laying 100 yards back there.
Yeah.
Well, did you tell it to move?
By the way, I've heard every cow joke.
Oh man! Add that one.
Add that one to it. So anyway.
Oh, well, I'm glad y'all are okay.
So now I have a convertible.
Yes, he does, and it's red.
Yeah.
Really?
So now I'm
cool
like,
looking.
I said to Robin, this makes me feel 20 years younger. Then I realized that's only 40. I want to be younger than 40. I want to be 40 years younger. I don't want to be 20 years younger.
Oh my goodness!
So how was your drive? So you drove through Sarasota, I'm assuming.
I drove down to Sarasota. Had to do some things down there, but it's just gorgeous. But I tell you what, I've had lots of friends of mine from all over the country, and they are booking airline flights for like $30-$40.
Okay, I wanted to ask you about this. Now, where are they going?
Anywhere. Just go online, but between midnight and like 3 a.m. And I know it sounds crazy, but if you have the money on your credit card and you know where you're going to go look for flights within whatever time frame that you can, but look for them between 12 and 3, because that's when all the people are canceling flights that they can't get on.
Really? But do you have to do like that weekend? Do you have to be? It has to be close to the date?
No. I would say even if you're looking for November, just start looking at plan a night or so a week to try to look at your flights between 12 and 2, 12 and 3.
Really?
And that's when, but you have to book it right then.
Do you use a service like Expedia or something?
No. I would go.
Like right on to JetBlue or something?
JetBlue, and I've had people booking flights from like New York to Fort Lauderdale for like $40.
Wow.
$40.
Oh my goodness.
That is great.
It just depends on when you're going and what you're doing. But I would book a one-way first, and then
and then hope you get home.
Yeah, hope I get home. Look at the round trips, but even if, let's just say you see the flight is like $250 round trip. Well, if you could book a one-way for $40 and then the other way coming back for $100, you still save yourself $100.
Save some money, yeah.
So start looking at those things. It's like I said, it's because what's happened is they need to fill those flights. They need to fill them as quick as possible. But that's when those rates come down.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, I'm up at that time of the day every day.
Yeah. Oh,
because of doing this.
look at them.
So I have. Here's what I wanted to know. It seems to me now I didn't know about that amazing rate you just told us. But it seems to me if I wanted to get a flight from Orlando to New York, or I think Tampa's usually cheaper for some reason.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
Tampa to New York. It's cheaper than if I got a flight from Orlando to Key West.
Yeah.
How come? How come it's cheaper to go a longer distance?
Because you have more people going that distance, and you have to fill the plane.
Oh.
Key West, if you're going down there, you're going to take a smaller plane. So you have to make
So it
sure
costs
that
more money.
Right.
Okay.
And it costs more to fuel and stuff like that. But you have more people, and plus, don't forget the return flights. What is the profit of going from Orlando to New York? You're going to have to bring people back from New York.
Okay.
When pilots and flight attendants, when they when they fly that plane to New York, they get off of that plane and they go to another plane, and then other pilots come to that plane and then take that flight somewhere else.
Oh.
That's how they do the legs. So I learned about this because when I was in Richmond and Memphis, we had a lot of airlines, and that's how they did them.
Uh-huh.
So it's all about the picking up people from New York and coming back to Orlando or somewhere else. So it's going to always be cheaper to do that. Just like if you're going to fly out of, it's going to be cheaper to fly out of Orlando or Tampa than it is to fly out of Gainesville. That's a regional airport.
That would make sense, yeah.
Planes and all these different types of things. So that's the big price difference right there.
So LA could literally be cheaper than Richmond.
Yes, absolutely. Because
Wow.
you're talking about somebody that's flown in and out of Richmond a lot of times. Richmond, until they got JetBlue there. JetBlue, and it really depends on the airline, but when JetBlue got there, when they added that, now you can go from Richmond to here to there.
Oh, so Richmond's a good city now, too.
Right.
Because I can remember,
Bird Airport.
when I used to play schools, I would go to Richmond a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated going to Richmond. Not that I hated the city. I loved the city. But I just didn't, the airport was always so expensive.
It is, and it's a little bit cheaper now in out of Richmond, but just like it's Charlotte's going to be expensive too. But one of the most places is where the hub is. Wherever that airline's hub is going to be, like if you fly.
Oh, that's
Delta,
cheaper usually where the hub is.
Right.
So where's JetBlue's hub?
I don't even know where that hub is.
Huh.
But I do know, like Delta, for instance, is out of Atlanta. A lot of hubs are out of Atlanta. American Airlines, their hub is DFW out of Dallas, Fort Worth. So those airlines will always have a connecting flight there at one of those places. I believe U.S. Airways is Charlotte. So if you're going to fly into Charlotte, it's going to be most likely a U.S. Airways flight.
So that'd be a good thing to research too, to find out where the hubs are.
Right, exactly. Now, AirTran one of their hubs used to be in Orlando. But they don't have that anymore. Now I'm not sure I don't think AirTran got taken over by Frontier or blah, 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 blah. Memphis too. Memphis expensive.
Oh.
But unless you had Northwest. Do you remember Northwest?
Yeah, I remember that flight.
They used to have a hub out of Memphis, but they don't have that anymore either.
Yeah.
So it just depends on, those are all.
Yeah, I never understood the name Northwest because it was flying all over the southeast.
Exactly.
My son gets great rates from JetBlue because he's always online constantly. He's on their mailing list or something, and JetBlue sends him these offers all the time.
They're always sign up for some of those. But if you are an avid traveler, you're going to fly 2, 3, 4 times a year. Always look at signing up for something like that.
To me, the go-to airport in New York, it was Newark because Newark was always cheaper for some reason. I don't know.
And Continental.
I don't know why.
Continental's hub is there.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh.
But the problem with Newark is that if your destination is New York, you have to know somebody who can come pick you up. Either that or pay a lot of money in a taxi cab fee.
Right.
But if you land in Kennedy, you just hop on a little tram and you're there.
Kennedy or LaGuardia, you can just.
LaGuardia's got that too?
Yeah, LaGuardia.
Oh yeah, train. There's a train connection, isn't there?
You can get through there at JFK. I mean, you can get through those airports out of Penn Station coming from North Jersey right into there.
So the takeaway message from Anthony today is get online between midnight and 3.
And look for flights, and call us back and let us know what you found in that. I'm telling you,
I hope that I have something to tell you.
Yes, definitely.
Because I need to get out. I need to do something.
I think so.
I don't want to hit a cow. There's no cows.
No cows fly.
Except for the one that
might fly, but
jump
not
over the
cows.
moon. Thank you, Anthony. It's always fun. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. A Baltimore City board has approved a settlement in the Freddie Gray case. The family of the man who died